missing one. She's gone. But where is she? She's around the corner. No, it's correct in the water. It's correct in the water. Goal for blue, the number 6. Number 6, blue scored.
Let me know that they
Goal for blue, number 13. Blue 13 scored. Goal for blue, number 21. Blue 21 scored. Thank you.
Hello. Sorry about that delay there. We had technical problems with the system, but we're back on. I think, can you hear me now? The sound's working? Okay. Now, it's 11-0 in favor of Colombia, and I talked with Marius Bunis, the Norwegian coach, about what he would do, how the Colombians should approach this game. And first of all, is it good for the players to just go on a goal-scoring rampage, or should they be trying to keep the form that they intend to use later in other matches? Marius said that he would recommend that the team practice whatever it is that they need to do in the next match. So, for example, if goal scoring is important against Germany or whatever match is coming up, they should practice goal scoring and not worry about trying to keep their formation or other things. And if holding a particular formation is important for the next match, they should practice that. And if they should be swimming up into the corner and setting things up, they could do that. Obviously, the Colombian players are not taking it too seriously, and the Danes are a little disheartened. Maybe it's early in the morning here, and to play at 7 means that you have to get up at 6. And if you went to bed late at night, yeah, you can be a little bit off, and you don't know whether the players slept well and how they feel, but they're here, but they're not really in this match, and they're struggling. Not playing as well as they played yesterday, the Danish team. Colombia, on the other hand, is thinking about winning everything. They're the favorites, and I expect that they're looking ahead to Germany, who seem to be, and Norway, the two teams that could possibly threaten them and prevent them from leaving Norway with gold. Again, the situation is partly the result of pure statistics. The Colombian players are playing 6 days a week, which is not unusual for a sport, that you play your sport 6 days a week hard. And the Danish ladies, they probably play twice a week. And just ask yourself what that's going to give in terms of conditioning and the routine movements that you need to execute. So the advantage going to the Colombians is not some sort of accident. And we're still fine-tuning all of the systems here for the day's broadcast. A lot of equipment here, mixers, boxes, cables, routers, wires. It's a really complicated situation. And Norway has the intention of coming up technically to produce EuroLeague level quality. Not immediately, it will take a few years, but the EuroLeague, they told me, showed them the way that Norway, if it's going to be the world champion country in underwater rugby, they can also have a world quality broadcasting. And they're working away. We've got a big team here, players who are engineers or diving officials from the Norwegian Diving Federation. We've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got a whole team here, and there's a beautiful cafe, Sandefjord swimming pool. They've got these great sandwiches, and every day they come in and make waffles. Waffles are very popular in Norway, and everybody's having a great time. This is the best junior championship that's ever happened in history. And I'm saying that not just to, to promote this event, but the fact is Germany is here for the first time ever, and the United States is here for the first time ever, so it's historic. Yesterday, the kids from the United States, their coach went into the school in Sandefjord and made them pasta, carbonara, where you fry the bacon and mix it with cream, and the kids were tired. Some of them were putting their heads down on the desk, on the table. They ate their spaghetti, and then they just sunk down, and then they started talking again, and they went to sleep. When I left this morning, they were still asleep. I woke up at 5 this morning, and there was not a sound. You couldn't hear them snore. You couldn't hear them breathe. They were so deeply asleep that it was completely silent. I've never, been in a room where so many people were asleep and you couldn't hear anything. I knew they were alive. I am there, but they were dead to the world after having fought for so hard. And they're still digesting that experience, the experience that they're having. They've lost all their matches. Are they playing well? What do people think? And the truth is, everybody came here and is playing great underwater rugby. Even if they're not winning, they're pretty much trying. This match is the first match where we have a problem with the camera, but we're working on it. This match is the first one where we've seen a team really not actually been performing 100% because they're a little bit depressed by the situation probably. And they're tired. So it's tough to take a beating like this, 12-0, and just to be chased and hunted all over the pool. And when the Colombians have the ball, they're coming in and they're just looking to score as fast as they can. Here we see Colombia picking up a loose ball and then heading straight back in. She goes over to the left. She's looking for her teammates. Two of them are there. And they pass to the player in the center, which is where they like to go. Center, can pass to either side. So what they do is they go over to one side, draw the back over, and then reverse all the way around, draw the back over the other way. So you see in the back, she's forced to shift. She goes to the wall, passes back. Now the player in the center, she's looking for a teammate on the left, but she knows she's going to be there. So this is the Colombian tactical standard here, the 180 over to, but she sees a player up above and she drops it, but the Danish player's got no gas left to chase her or go for the ball, and now the Colombian players are getting closer to the basket, and we see one, she's going through the goalie's legs, now coming up underneath, and the Danish women should be able to strip the ball away here, but although they get their hands on it briefly, they're unable to take it, and Colombia's over the basket. They're looking for a hole, and it's going now a player, she's got a defensive back in front of her so she can't go in, and the forward's chasing the Colombian with the ball, and now they've stolen the basket, and it's a goal. Just like that, it was just worked methodically until Denmark was just worn out, and 13-0, and only we've gone into, we're in the third minute of the, I'm sorry, we're into the third minute, not even the complete third minute of the second half. So with two-thirds of the half remaining, Colombia's run up a 13-0 lead. Denmark trying to put together some sort of consistent playing, but they're tired. And we see three Colombian players moving in towards the basket. Down to the right, she passes back to the center, and the player who was in the center goes all the way over, passes back to the center, and back, and they come in, and they're not even playing at high speed. They're playing at 85%. They're not burning themselves out, swimming really fast. Colombian player, she tosses it over. Her teammate does get there at about the same time as the Dane, and then they wrestle. And in this sort of situation, it's more equal because the Danes are not necessarily physically weaker, but Colombia does come up with the ball. She comes in, and the back is so tired that she couldn't do anything. But they're also, some of the Danish players are a bit young, so they may not know what's expected of them in the situation 100%. Two 14-year-olds, I think. So they're going to learn from this experience. On the counter, Colombia's coming over. The Danes settle rather late, and that allows the Colombian offensive movement to go straight to the goal. But the Danes pluck away the ball. She's looking for a teammate to pass to. She's passing upwards, which is generally a little bit trickier. She connects, but the player who took it loses it. But then they get it back, but they've lost all of their surprise. There's no element of suddenness in this Danish possession. The Colombian defense is in place, secure, and now they have a chance to cycle up and down and gain their breath, and they can exchange. So that means that the Danish players are not going to go in against a tired defense. They're going in against a fresh and relaxed defense, and they haven't actually gone in yet. They dropped the ball floats out to the middle. She picks it up. She heads back to the corner. Obviously, this is their strategy. The Colombians are going 180 degrees around the basket over and over, while the Danes are headed into the strong side corner. But they lose the ball, stripped away. A pass long out, and the Danish player actually was in a position there for a second to harass them, but there were three players, and they did manage to take the ball and get to the other side of the pool. And now Colombia's over there. On the surface, struggling over a ball. And as I mentioned, the Danish players are physically strong enough to hold the ball on the surface and wrestle. The problem is that they're not necessarily able to do what they want with it. And that's one of the younger girls, I think, one of the 14-year-olds. She's playing really well. She's going down. Her coach told her to go to the bottom of the corner, defend it, and pass it. She does her job. And there are two Colombians on the Danish player. They strip it away. This is also the Colombian technique. One player takes the arm, the other player takes the ball. They're over on the Danish basket. The goalie locks up the ball. She pushes off, and she's unable to hold on to it. Colombia maintains possession, and their 14-0 lead has not really grown at the same rate that it did in the initial moments of the first half. And they're circulating around, holding the ball, passing up. Did their coach Pacho tell them to not try to score as much, or why is the pace of goal making fallen off? They're passing around. Now there's an empty, easy shot, and they're going to score. There you have it. Colombia scores again.
Number 23. Blue, 23 scored.
Colombia players go to the side. The Danes get the ball ready. To show the ball, the buzzer sounds. They head over. Colombia takes the ball rather easily. Two of them, 2-on-2. She comes in. She's looking for a teammate who finds one in the center. She passes back over to the teammate who's waiting on the side. She tries to press the ball in, gives up. The goalie got her hand on it, but Colombia maintains possession, and that means that they're going to score again soon, because Denmark will be stressed, and they're going to play as long as they don't lose it. But they have lost it. Danish player heads up to the surface. She's looking for an outlet pass, and she's tied up. And can she find a teammate to get it to the? She's moving forward somehow, but now Colombia's scoring. She's got the goalie back, and she's got it in. She pushed the goalie off. Maybe one of the younger ones on the head side. She pushed her head up and jammed the ball in the front.
Number 69.
She's tired.
White.
So the goalie who just suffered that,
White.
number 10, I think she's one of the 14-year-olds, and maybe Kaisa, or it's tough for them. They never played against this kind of competition before. I'm afraid we don't have the player lists right now. The protocols are not being broadcast over to us. Are we going to get the protocols, or are they coming? Ah, here we are. Great.
And the other
Thank you very much. So now we can see,
number 9.
and I can tell you the names of the players on the teams here. Number 1 for Colombia, Camila Andrea Aporte Rincon. I can't speak Spanish. I hope my pronunciation is okay. And
Not playing anymore.
wearing number 6,
She's out.
Daniela Sanchez Montoya.
Okay. So I know
Number 12
Okay, so she's out.
is Sofia Arango Lyons. Number 13, Maria Lucia Villalobos Lombana. Number 15, Margarita Garcia Monsalve.
Ready?
Monsalve. Number 18, Annie Lizis Gallego Quintero. I just knew it was Annie Galago. But long names in Colombia. Everybody's got a couple of middle name or double last name. So Estefania Londono Monsalve, number 21. Lady Johanna Bedoya Giraldo, number 22. Paula Daniela Rodriguez Gonzalez, number 23. Number 69, Andrea Posada Arenas. Number 73, Najali Charity Ramirez Montilla. And number 83, Sarah Alejandra Cardona Bedoya. 16-0 in favor of Colombia. And the Danish team here, wearing number 1. Another goal here
Number 6.
for Denmark. Number 1, Matilda Top Jakobsen.
Number 6.
Number 2,
Scored.
Kajsa Pil van Holk. Number 11, Trine Overgaard Urup. Number 5, Sofia Glasbord Richt. Number 6, Clara Teschner Madsen. Number 7, Puk Bodenhoff. Number 8, Lorda Sofia Jørgensen. Number 10, Celia Celine Seifert. Number 14, Sara Natasha Kuhl. And number 15, Maria Christine Lundus. And who has scored here for Colombia? Number 6 and number 69 have scored the most goals. Number 6 is Annie Gallego, and Annie has scored how many goals here? Annie Gallego's one of the co-captain. She's the captain. She has scored 1, 2, 3. She has a hat trick. And 69, Andrea Posada Arenas.
Goal for blue.
She has scored
Number s-
1, 2,
For blue, number 12.
2 goals. If I got it right here for Annie, goals 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a hat trick. Margarita Garcia Gonzalez scored, And Lady Johanna Bedoya Geraldo has scored. 17 goals. A lot of people have had a chance to put the ball in the basket. Colombia cruises in to the top. Again, they're swimming easily around. It's a warm-up match for them. And a pass down. She's got the goalie's head side. The back's locked her up. And a new back's come in to replace the old one. Two Danish players push her out. But the drop ball goes down to Colombia. And on the right side, they're just hovering, waiting, looking for a pass. They find it. And another goal.
Goal for blue. Who scored? Number 69. Number 69, blue.
.2:20 showing on the clock here. So this game will be over fairly soon. Denmark swims all the way over the corner, passes down. They've got three players. They're trying to set up a push off the wall. But they've had trouble holding on to the ball because the Colombians just come and swim up to them. And the Danes run out of air in the battle for the ball. Again, Colombia coming over rather easily. And the ball drops down. The back has it. She pushes off the wall. Good, well done. She shoves it out there blindly, and it just picked up by a Colombian who comes in from above. And they pass down to the bottom. It's going to be another goal. She's struggling. She probably should pass and let her teammate score, but she does eventually. She's locked up as well, and the Danish girl's got a good grip on her from behind so that she can't even pass the ball away. Eventually she does squeeze it out, and a Dane strips it away. They head up to the surface and headed to the other direction, and Germany has arrived. They're in their suits. They're getting ready to go. Denmark in the corner. 54 seconds left in the game. They push off. Pass down. I don't think they're going to score even. They drop the ball. It goes down to the bottom. And a Danish player goes down and picks it up. But a Colombian is there. Struggle. They lose it. They're all tired out. The Danish girls. Poor situation for them, and you're going to be tired. And now another goal.
Goal for blue.
So the last goal was scored by number
69.
23.
Okay.
Oh wait. The last goal was scored by 21. There is no 21 here. Oh yes, 21 is Estefania Londono Mosal. So now the game is over. It ends 20-0 in favor of Colombia. I'm going to take a short break here, and I'll be back for the broadcast of the next game.